Hey guys, part 2 of your hidden line design assignment is to add color. And I have a variety of art materials here that I'm going to use just to show you the possibilities. You could use pencil value, which would be completely fine if you don't have any color materials, or maybe you just prefer pencil shading. You could use marker. I have some Crayola markers here. You could use chalk pastels or oil pastels. You could even use watercolor paint. Crayons, most people have at home, so that would work fine as well. We're going to actually study the color wheel and pick a color scheme. So I put an assignment on Canvas, which you can open up on your iPad. And basically, the steps for week 2 are to read, define, and then to color. So the first step is to read, and this is a chapter, really just a lesson, I should say, from our textbook on color schemes. There are 8 color schemes you will learn, and you'll choose one of those 8 color schemes to use on your project. So I don't want you to just use random colors. I want you to pick one of these, and you'll find that your color combination of choice really probably fits into one of these categories. You could choose warm colors, neutral colors, cool colors, a monochromatic color scheme, analogous colors, complementary colors, even a split complement, which is similar to complementary, and a triad. These are defined here, and you can simply write or type the definitions here. You'll turn that in Friday as well as you're coloring. Step 3 is to color. And I put a copy of the color wheel here. Here's a copy of it here that I'm going to use as I demonstrate. So again, after you read about the 8 color schemes, pick your color scheme of choice. You could pick warm colors, cool colors. You could pick analogous colors. You could pick a monochromatic color scheme and show values of one color. You could also choose complementary colors or a split complement. A triad is also an option. Neutrals, browns, blacks, whites, grays. So first I'm going to show you how you can do some pencil shading. So with pencil, which would either fall into neutral because it's like grays and blacks, or monochromatic if you wanted to call it monochromatic gray. You could use different darks and lights to achieve variety and contrast. So here I'm using one of these blending stumps. If you don't want to have one of these, you could use your finger to smudge. You could also use a Q-tip. Again, I'm just showing a variety here. You'll just pick one color scheme and one art medium that you use everywhere. But if you like shading with pencil, this might be the way to go. In this area, I'm using marker, and I picked warm colors. I pulled all the warm colors out of my marker set, and I'm just using those to color this. It might be strange to have a red leaf or a pink leaf, but we can kind of work abstractly here. Maybe I want to use pink. That fits into the warm color category because it's just a tint of red. And when you use marker, you probably already know this, but color in the same direction when possible. Get those parallel lines. It'll look a lot neater. Something I just thought of, maybe you like working digitally. You could actually take a picture of your hidden line design and color it on your iPad. I'd be totally fine with that. Let's see, I've already done yellow there. Use some of this dark red here in the background. Before I started, I did a little bit of eraser cleanup. You want to get rid of your pencil lines before you color, because if you color over them and they show, it could affect your craftsmanship grade. Another thing to keep in mind, I used a black outliner pen. Some of you drew, but you didn't yet outline. So you want to outline everything before you get started. That really makes your square look more hidden. So again, I've got monochromatic or neutral. I've got warm colors here. In this area, I actually picked out all of the green colors I could find, and I'm doing a monochromatic, it's just one color scheme. Now you could either use darks and lights of one color, or you could use a variety of colors in that family. So I actually just picked out some yellow green, some blue green, some rainforest green, and I used crayon for that area. In this section, I decided I'd try some watercolor. Again, you can use the same thing all over, but if you have something like this and you want to use it, you can. Remember, with watercolor, you dip with water, move it to the lid, add a little more water. And the more water you have, the lighter in value. So I actually painted a little of this earlier, and I wanted some darker values, so I let it dry, and I'm gonna kind of go in with some shadows. In this area, I'm using a complementary color scheme. Complementary colors are opposites on the color wheel. So I picked red and green, complementary, and I'm using that. You guys did an awesome job on this project. I was really blown away with the detail. I know it takes time, so take breaks frequently. If you get bored with it, take a break. This is something you could work on when you need a break from your iPad. You could also think of this as something you could do while multitasking. So maybe you want to watch a movie, but you want to work on this at the same time. That would be totally fine. So let me know if you guys have any questions. You can post to the Padlet and I'll give you some feedback. You could also send me a message from time to time. We're going to have a Zoom meeting this week, which I'll let you know about.